Welcome to the Level Up Report, where this week I want to talk about the different platforms that are available on PC. Because with Stadia looming, there's going to be a lot of different stores and just PC platforms in general that you have to keep track of. And I was thinking about this because there's a lot to keep track of, and I feel like I need a spreadsheet nowadays just to figure out what games are exclusive to what platform. So, what do you think about all this so far, Kuma?
Well, how about first thing? How about you list all the different platforms? I'll keep count. Go ahead, list it.
So there's Steam for one. There's Origin. There's GOG that actually has some exclusives. There's the Ubisoft launcher. The Stadia that's coming out in about 2 months from now. And of course, the Epic Game Store. I think that's
Okay.
all of it.
So that's I count as six. And during the different developers review and stuff, when we did that vlog for that, Square Enix also announced they're gonna try something similar. So let's count that as
They're
well.
making their own too.
Uh-huh. So that'd be a seven.
I
Potential
guess if you
seven.
want to include the Microsoft Store, like for the games that would share between Xbox One and PC, I guess that could count too.
Really? So
Because
Xbox is
there's
not
yeah, there's some
exclusive?
games on there that you can't play anywhere else.
Okay. So you could count that as well then. So potential eight.
So there's 8 platforms you have to keep track of on PC as of right now.
Okay, wow. So each one will have their own installer, its own management, its own pricing.
On pricing, on library, on exclusives.
Hmm. It's a little annoying.
It's actually very annoying. But I didn't think about it until now, but the whole thing with Epic's exclusives, it just made me think about how out of hand this is getting.
Hmm.
Because you shouldn't have to try to remember, like, in between all these different platforms, what games you can play on which one. Because
Yeah.
it's getting really confusing, honestly.
Yeah. True. And at first I thought it would be a great thing because different platform, different competitors, but since everyone has its own exclusive games, that'd be isolated costs again. There won't be no competition in terms of the game. All the game will be jacked up to the max price that they think is appropriate. So there's no market in place to put down the prices.
I really want to see how the new update to the GOG Galaxy is, because what they're supposed to do is combine the different platforms or libraries into one, just basically one place. So you can see like achievements or anything like that, community, and you can see it all in that place.
I say it's good to have. It's good to have everything organized, but at the end of the day, the prices is not, competitive, We're not going the consumer is not going to benefit. It's just going to be the publisher or the developer, whoever will benefit the most from these individual platforms.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is worse than the consoles because console right now is only three. This is fucking eight. We counted eight.
Yeah, so far, and not
Mm-hmm.
including if other major game publishers decide to do this too.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's not something that you could keep forever. It's a license that we purchase. They can always remove it. You can't save these games in case something happens, like a server crash or licensing runs out. They have to remove the game from the library. We can't preserve these games.
No, they're all digital, so you're not gonna have you're basically not gonna have physical proof of that you own these things, digital goods.
So yeah, I don't see any pros in this, this trend in the industry.
I see it as it's following the other streaming services, like you know how like Netflix and Disney and HBO Plus and all those different streaming services are being available in like Hulu Plus or whatever that's called.
Oh,
They're just
okay.
following the trends of those. It feels like.
Okay. So like I figure the best platform that will win will be the one that released the best kind of games. It will, yeah. Maybe one platform will absorb the different platforms. Maybe.
That's my hope with the GOG Galaxy update, because right now
Okay.
it's in beta. So maybe it'll consolidate all this, so you don't
Okay.
have like what 8 to 10 different versions of these things, or it just makes trying to rebuy some games like why would you? Because if they offer the same games that you say you already have it on Steam, why would
Mhm.
you get it on another platform,
Well,
right?
the thing with having games on multiple platform is for the price. It's for the consumer to buy the cheapest game.
So it's whoever is going to offer the best deal at that point,
Yeah.
right?
So, what for? If they do it like that, then these different platform is worth it. Then it drives competition, drives the market. It's good for the consumer. But you are stating that each platform will have its own exclusive games that no one else will have. So that changes everything. It doesn't help the consumer.
Well,
It
just look
just
at how Epic's just been snatching up, or Stadia is already announcing their own exclusives before they're even releasing their product. Like everyone's like in a race to just grab, games that only there you can play that game.
as long as if it's a time exclusive, that's not too bad. It
That's
just
not too bad. It's a little annoying.
it's annoying, but it's not too bad. I don't mind time exclusive because there you go. The pricing will still changes. It's for the consumers.
Right.
hmm I think the only oddball out here will be Stadia because Stadia market has its own controller, has its own like bandwidth, like speed in their package. So they're the only oddball compared to any other platform because any other platform there's no special things you have to acquire to play that game on that certain platform.
No, you just download it and then play.
Yeah. So Stadia is a odd one.
That one's going to be interesting because you have to stream it and then you can play it.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter if you have like really fast internet, depending on what tier you purchased with
Hmm.
Stadia, it could limit your speed. You only could play this at this certain quality, like 720. That's like the standard. You can't
Has
play
that
at
been
4K.
confirmed? Like they
I
have
believe
different
so. I believe
pricing
it's
tiers?
confirmed. Yes, there's tiers. That's been confirmed. Unless something has changed since the last time I visit Stadia's.
Website?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So right now, it's looking really bad in Stadia's part. Everyone's looking like you can't own the game. It's not going to be necessarily cheaper, and you have to play at worse quality. So they really have to like throw something out there that's really innovative and like appealing for everyone to like jump on that boat.
The biggest thing about it is when you use Stadia, it's not going to be dependent on your hardware, like your computer hardware. It's just going to be relying on your internet.
But not everyone in the United States has great internet. The people
Right.
in the Midwest, they suck. Like if you compare like the people in the city versus people in Europe, that's even like much different.
I believe Europe has better internet overall.
hmm So I don't know. Like you're paying fast, you got to pay like a certain price for a great internet. Then you got to pay a certain price for the best tier package. It adds up at the end of the day. It adds up. And
Very
if it's
ridiculous just even talk like hearing you talk about it, and then we're talking about, okay, you have to pay for your internet plan, whatever, get a certain amount of speeds, all
Mhm.
that. And then you have to start thinking about all these subscription things. It's like it divides up the speed and everything. It's just it's crazy and ridiculous. And this shouldn't be a thing
Yeah, shouldn't be a thing.
because we're already paying for internet, but now we have to pay for how much of the service like speeds you can get you're allowed.
And again, you might not even own it, still licensed,
Right.
you know.
Which that was confirmed from Google itself that they're having you rebuy it. It's they at least said it that you're not gonna actually own it. You're owning the license to play it. Just like with all these things. You're not actually owning these games, you're owning the right to play it
Mhm.
on those platforms.
And you know how Google, like much of Google's products lately has been failing. Google Plus, like the Facebook thing, Google Glasses. So this is a big risky investment for people that's into gaming. So if they take the money and buy control or buy some games, and if Google don't think this is a good investment and close down the whole service, you're out of luck. You lost all your games. All you have is a nice looking controller to like think back on and regret, you know.
Yeah. I
But
think
at
the
the
Stadia is just going to maybe highlight the problems with streaming services or just like game digital platforms in general. Just
yeah.
like all the things we're saying that we're you don't own it and all that, and it's up to Google whether they shut it down or they keep it for their customers, like however long they want to keep this service running.
Yeah. It only works if they have money. If they're not making money, then most likely they're gonna shut it down.
Right.
hmm It's all about the money. Servers ain't cheap, to maintain.
No, I just
So,
hope that they just all these platforms in general just give the customers the value of it, that they don't feel like they're being ripped off. They actually got some use out of it.
hmm
We'll see.
hmm
Because all I see are more and more platforms and more exclusives. And I'm getting pretty tired of it.
Stick with console, guys. Stick with consoles.
Stick with physical and consoles. That's going to do it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.